The Browns at the Buccaneers. Josh Freeman with a thumb injury for Tampa Bay getting warmed up, and Jake Delhomme making his Cleveland debut after 7 years in Carolina. On Cleveland's second possession of the game, the give is to Peyton Hillis. He busts up the middle for a gain of 12 for the third-year man from Arkansas. Take another look. Albert Mack loses his helmet. He would be okay. On the very next play, Jake Delhomme finds Muhammad Massaquoi down the middle. He splits the defenders into the end zone, a 41-yard score. Delhomme's first touchdown pass as the Browns, 7-0 Cleveland. Second quarter, Browns' next possession. That's Jerome Harrison from Washington State going up the right sideline. Takes it for a gain of 39 all the way down to the 10-yard line. 52 yards on 9 carries for Harrison. On the very next play, this time it's Peyton Hillis back with the ball, and he rambles 10 yards into the end zone for his 7th career touchdown. That puts the Browns up 14-3. On the ensuing Buccaneers possession, 10th play of the drive, it's Freeman looking for Michael Spurlock, picked off by Mike Adams. Adams takes it down to the Browns' 45-yard line. Nice game-changing play by Adams. 3 plays later, Browns with it, 1st and 10 at the Tampa 39. Jake Delhomme under pressure, another interception for Delhomme. The same problem he had with Carolina, that's Rondé Barber. He is running out of steam, chased down from behind, pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 38th career pick for Barber. On the very next play, you know what happens. Josh Freeman looking end zone for Mike Williams, tipped up into the air. That's Williams bringing it down for the touchdown to cut the deficit to 14-10. Take another look. Ball gets tipped up by Sheldon Brown. Nice concentration by Williams. Makes the catch, 2 feet inbounds, and it counts. A touchdown for Williams. Now in the fourth quarter with the Browns still leading, 14-10. Josh Freeman looking for Sammy Strotter. Hits him for a 14-yard gain down to the Browns' 33-yard line. 3 plays later, it's a 3rd and 10 from Cleveland's 33. Freeman looking deep for Michael Spurlock. One-on-one coverage with the rookie Joe Hayden. Makes the catch, a 33-yard score. Tampa Bay taking their first lead of the game, going up 17-14. Browns 2 possessions later. Watch the clock, 12 seconds. It is counting down. Jake Delhomme in trouble. He looks to the sideline for Chauncey Stuckey. Stuckey cannot get out of bounds, and that is how the game would end. Browns with no more timeouts left. Tampa Bay goes on for the 17-14 win. Eric Mangini and the Cleveland Browns have now lost 6 straight openers. The Chiefs at the Browns. Kansas City coming off the big win Monday night over San Diego. Browns looking for their first win of the season. Jake Delhomme not playing in this one. Seneca Wallace gets the start. The give is to Jerome Harrison in the first quarter. He fumbles in the backfield after Mike Vrabel strips the ball. The play is challenged but upheld. Eric Mangini upset. Chiefs go on to kick a field goal and take a 3-0 lead. Late first quarter, still 3-0. Harrison this time takes the screen pass on the left side, makes a nice run after the catch. He picks up 23 yards on the play. 2 plays later, Seneca Wallace in the shotgun. He fires over the middle, finds Ben Watson, his tight end. Big run after the catch for Watson. Takes it all the way down 44 yards inside the 10. The drive continued into the second quarter. This time it's Peyton Hillis with the give. Hillis on the second effort spins his way into the end zone. Strongman gets in there. Browns take a 7-0 lead. On Cleveland's next possession, still up 7-3, and that pass is picked off, intended for Chauncey Stuckey. Brandon Flowers steps in front. Chiefs retake the lead with their defense, 10-7. Eric Mangini not happy after that turnover. Ensuing Browns possession, and that's Seneca Wallace, play action faking. He goes deep to Josh Cribbs. Cribbs outruns everyone to the end zone. A touchdown pass. Josh Cribbs, 74 yards receiving. Browns go up 14-10 after that TD. Now in the fourth quarter, it's Matt Castle this time, connecting with Dwayne Bowe over the middle. Bowe is lit up by TJ Ward, but hangs on for the first down. 3 plays later, Jamal Charles takes the draw up the middle. He picks up the first down, a 7-yard gain. 3 plays later, another 3rd down. Castle this time going to his rookie tight end, Tony Moeaki, for the first. A pickup of 12. 6 plays later, it's Ryan Suckup. 3 of 3 on the ball game, a 23-yard field goal. He hits it. Chiefs go 2-0. They win 16-14. An AFC North battle, Baltimore with its home opener, Cleveland winless on the season. Joe Flacco coming off a career worst 4-interception day last weekend. Second Ravens possession, Ray Rice takes the handoff, cuts left. goes past defenders. He stumbles, but he picks up 25 yards on the play, had 80 yards in the game. 6 plays later, as the Ravens are driving, Joe Flacco, play action fake. He finds a wide open Todd Heap, who makes the catch for a gain of 16. 2 plays later, Flacco again with the play fake. He throws a dart to Anquan Bolden, who skies for the touchdown. Bolden, that would be the theme of the game. Fastest player in NFL history to 600 career catches, Anquan Bolden. Ravens ball on the Browns 43, still up 7-3. The pass completes. Anquan Bolden makes a leaping grab for a gain of 27. Huge game for Anquan. 2 plays later, Flacco finds Anquan Bolden in the end zone, wide open again. Get a body on this guy. His second touchdown grab of the game puts the Ravens up 14-3. Ensuing Cleveland possession to give to Peyton Hillis. Woo, Pig Suey, crushing defenders all the way down for a gain of 25. Big game for Peyton Hillis. 2 plays later, Seneca Wallace this time finds some time. Plenty of time. He finds Joshua Cribbs for a pickup of 17. 5 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 1. Peyton Hillis into the end zone, breaks through for the touchdown. Big game for Peyton Hillis. It puts the Browns back in it. Down 14-10 going into halftime. Late 3rd quarter, Hillis this time takes the give. First down the field. Look at the man from Arkansas go. Moving all the way past midfield, down inside the 40. 48-yard run from Peyton Hillis, plus a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. Hillis, 144 yards in the game. Josh Cribbs in as the Wildcat quarterback, goes around the left hand for a gain of 19 inside the Ravens' 5-yard line. The drive continued into the 4th quarter. 2nd and goal from the Ravens 1. Seneca Wallace, play fake and rolls, finds Ben Watson, his tight end, for a touchdown. Cleveland takes the lead, 17-14. 141 yards passing for Seneca Wallace. Ensuing drive, Flacco lofts it into the end zone, and Bolden's 3rd touchdown catch of the game. Ravens go on for the win, 24-17. The Bengals have won 9 of their last 11 meetings with Cleveland. Carson Palmer completing just 56% of his passes, and he can't get the exchange down to Cedric Benson. A fumble in the 1st quarter. It will lead to a field goal, putting the Browns up 3-0. On Cleveland's next possession, Seneca Wallace out of the shotgun. He finds backup tight end Evan Moore, the 2nd-year man out of Stanford, gets his first career touchdown catch, putting the Browns up 10-0. Ensuing Cincinnati possession, Carson Palmer picking on Eric Wright. He finds Chad Ochocinco, a gain of 42. He is pushed out of bounds. Chad had 59 yards receiving on 3 catches. The drive ended in a field goal, 10-3 Cleveland with the lead. Next Cincinnati possession, T.O. makes the catch, waltzing into the end zone, a 78-yard score for Cincinnati. Terrell Owens with a 78-yard T.O. touchdown catch, 4th longest TD catch of his career. Sheldon Brown just trips and falls, making it an easy score for T.O. Next, Bengals possession after an interception, a 2nd and 6. And that is history, my friends. Carson Palmer to Terrell Owens for a gain of 25. He passes Isaac Bruce for 2nd all-time in career receiving yards, 15,231 for T.O. Browns leading 13-10 at the half. Peyton Hillis goes in for the score on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. That puts the Browns up 20-10. Next Cincinnati possession, Carson Palmer can't make up his mind. He loses the ball. Scott Fujita putting the hit on him. Kenyon Coleman picks it up. Palmer brings the ball down but loses it. His 2nd fumble loss of the game. Browns take a field goal to go up 23-10. 4th quarter, Carson Palmer looking again. This time for T.O. as per usual. His 3rd career 200-yard receiving game. Owens, 10 catches, 222 yards, and a TD. 4 plays later, Carson Palmer looking end zone for Jordan Shipley in the end zone. He is lit up by rookie T.J. Ward, who puts the hit on Shipley, leading with his helmet, and that is a penalty. Shipley leaves with a concussion, but the penalty keeps the drive alive. 1st and goal, a shovel pass to Brian Leonard into the end zone. and that puts the Bengals within 3 at 23-20. Cincinnati's next possession, after a holding call, took them out of field goal range. Carson Palmer brought down by Matt Roth, and the Bengals were forced to punt. Browns trying to run out the clock. Who better to give it to than Peyton Hillis? A gain of 24, and the Bengals are out of timeouts. Cleveland picks up its first win of the season, 23-20. Mike Smith and the Falcons looking strong. They have won 3 in a row, standing at 3-1. Browns coming off their first win of the season. Seneca Wallace on the first play of the game finds Peyton Hillis for a short pickup. Hillis with the hurdle over Brent Grimes after the catch. Look at that. Going up, showing off the moves. A gain of 15 for Peyton Hillis. Just jumping over Brent Grimes, who wanted no piece of the monster on that play. Drive ended on the next play. No points, but it sure looked pretty. Browns down 3-0. Joshua Cribbs fields the kickoff from Michael Kanan at the Browns 11. He runs upfield into his own man, splits defenders, a 34-yard return, giving the Browns good field position. 5 plays later, Seneca Wallace, he lofts one for Peyton Hillis. One-handed grab into the end zone for the touchdown. That gives Cleveland a 7-3 lead. Finesse on the part of Peyton Hillis, not just power, as he gets the touchdown grab. Ensuing Falcons possession, and they are coming right back. Matt Ryan scrambling, buying some time, and he will finally fire one across the field. Tony Gonzalez is there. He picks up 16 yards on the play. Matt Ryan, after scrambling around, got drilled by Marcus Bernard, but he's a tough guy and would remain. 3 plays later, Ryan scrambling up the middle. He picks up the first down, a gain of 7. That drive would end with a Matt Bryant field goal. Atlanta closes the deficit to 7-6. Browns defense looking fatigued. On the next Atlanta possession, they give it to Michael Turner. He's busting through the middle, breaking some tackles. You can't arm tackle Michael Turner. All the way down inside the 15-yard line. His longest run of the season, a gain of 55. He finished with 140 in the game as Cleveland's defense is wearing down. But Atlanta attempts the field goal. Matt Bryant's 30-yard kick blocked by the rookie T.J. Ward. No points on the drive. Falcons stay down 7-6. Seneca Wallace gets sacked by John Abraham. Hurt on the play as he is brought down. He would leave the game with a right ankle injury and did not return. That brought on Jake Delhomme in at quarterback for the rest of the way for Cleveland. So he would play the entire second half. Mid-third quarter, Atlanta down 10-6 when Matt Ryan drops a bomb for Roddy White into the end zone for a touchdown. Sheldon Brown beat on that play. He was burned last week by T.O. Falcons retake the lead 13-10. Fourth quarter, still 13-10. Jake Delhomme in the game at quarterback again, has his pass batted. Croy Bierman makes the interception after deflecting it, and he runs all the way into the end zone. Falcons extend their lead to 20-10. They get the victory, a dog pile in the end zone. 4-1 season now for Atlanta.
Cleveland in Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger coming out, got a huge ovation. He was misty when he ran out of the field.
Play misty for me.
Just so tears in his eyes when he ran out of the field. Oops. But now they're turning the smile upside down. Because Joe Hayden, the rookie, picks off Ben Roethlisberger. Shake it off. Browns field goal, and the Browns are up 3-0 in a game. Colt McCoy was starting for his first career start. But Roethlisberger got his footing on his next possession, finds Mike Wallace for a 29-yard score, and the Steelers were off and running at 7-3. That's your score in the third quarter when Roethlisberger, deep in his own end, flips it up for Mike Wallace, who comes down with it for a 50-yard gain. Wallace had 3 catches for 90 yards and 1 score. 4 plays later, 3rd and goal from the Browns' 8, and that's when the old Roethlisberger to Hines Ward connection.
Yeah. Heads-up play against full blitz now. Uncovered guy going to hit him in the chops. Touchdown anyway.
Roethlisberger finished 16 of 27 for 257 yards, 1 interception, and this his 3rd touchdown on the day to Heath Miller, the tight end, back in business. The Steelers win 28-10. Our Kara Henderson with Big Ben after.
Ben, from when you came out to the ovation, it looked like there were tears in your eyes. What was the emotions of this day like for you?
Well, I don't think it really set in until I pulled into the stadium. But it was just good to be back here with my guys. And, God has blessed me with a great talent, and I want to be out here for it.
You said you'd be happy with a 3-0 victory. 28-10 probably sounds a little bit better. What can you say about the possibilities of this team?
We left a lot out there. I did, especially. Some nerves, some jitters, but no excuses. We got the win. I think everybody played a good game, but we'll evaluate it, critique it. It's a great Browns defense, and we'll see where we go from here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Coach Singletary, you were expected to win your division. Do it this week. No. Anyway, the Superdome. Colt McCoy's getting to start, and look how the Browns started. A 10-0 lead with Peyton Hillis running it in.
That big crowd down the Superdome, that doesn't bother him. He played at Pittsburgh last week and did well.
10-0, the Browns are up. Drew Brees is picked by former Saint Scott Fajita.
You got Odell Becks there. Not on the same page with the option route back.
7th pick of the season for Brees, and now we've got a fake punt. Reggie Hodges up the middle.
And your return
68-yard fake punt. He juked Lance Moore.
He didn't juke him.
It's a business decision.
Didn't want no part of that.
The Browns kicked a field goal as they had to settle offensively there, but just down 10. Drew Brees has got to get things started, and he makes another mistake. Picked off by David Bowens, who's a big man with football.
He pops right out of the stack here, and Drew doesn't see him at all. Touchdown, Browns.
Ball bounces off of Bowens' face mask and then back to Bowens after it went off of Jari Evans'
freak plays.
His act, I guess, right there. Brees had 3 first-half interceptions. He did find David Thomas in the end zone at the beginning of the fourth quarter to make it a 10-point game again. But the ensuing Browns drive, it's an 8-play drive, 3rd and 6. Colt McCoy
Nice game.
goes out on a pass from Peyton Hillis.
A lot of trickeration in this game.
You got to do that when you're the Browns.
Led to a Phil Dawson field goal. Eric Mangini, who looks very simple.
Yeah, he don't trust him. He'll lose weight too.
Oh, is that David Bowens guy again?
It's David Bowens, and by the way, Drew Brees' new son, this last week, named Bowens. A rough week for Drew Brees on the field. Off it, obviously, it's all peaches and cream. But David Bowens flips into the end zone. The Browns go into the Superdome and win going away. 30-17 is the final score. Shocking games, to say the least.
That's right.
Start with the Mangini-Belichick reunion.
One of those guys are the best coaches in the NFL.
Well, one of them features in
Oh!
I don't know which it is.
That's a big mental mistake.
The Patriots were making mistakes that you rarely see. On a kickoff, Rob Gronkowski lets the ball drop after calling for a fair catch, and Peyton Hillis would run it in from there to give the Cleveland Browns a 10-point lead. That's the score in your second quarter. Sammy Morris out of the back good on 4th and 1. Morris down to the Browns 2 for a Patriots first down. And then 2 plays later, just when you thought all order would be restored, it happened. Here comes Aaron Hernandez into the end zone. So, okay, the tip drill happens positively for the Patriots.
The rookie from Florida now, he's got more yards receiving than anybody on their team.
So now things are going well for the Patriots, except Colt McCoy making his 3rd straight start.
I like this kid.
Buys time, finds Josh Cribbs on 3rd and 4, extending the play, moving the chains. Next play, here's Josh Cribbs under center. Now he flips out to
trickery.
Dazzle.
Formerly known as Payton Man.
Chancey Stuckey hides behind right guard Billy Yates.
And you got Josh Cribb at this quarterback, which he did, in Kent State, totally caught the Patriots by surprise.
That's not a Statue of Liberty. Maybe that's an Ellis Island play. I don't know what that was, but it worked. The Browns are up by 10, 30 ticks to go in the half, and usually this is when the Patriots cash in on points. But Gronkowski is stripped of the ball. Abram Elam recovers for the Browns, and the Browns give the Patriots their largest deficit at halftime this year, and they would extend it in the 3rd quarter. Colt McCoy scrambling again, finding Brian Robisky on the run for a first down to the Patriots 11, and after a delay of game penalty, McCoy drops back, and what a play by McCoy.
Look at the mobility, though.
He won a lot of games in college with his arm, with his head, and with his legs, and he shows it again. 3 games in a row.
16-yard scramble. Browns go up 24-7, and they begin piling it on with Peyton Hillis, everybody.
Downhill.
184 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns for Peyton Hillis. The most touchdowns for a Browns running back through 8 games since 1968. Mangini gets the Gatorade back.
Enjoy it, Eric.
Look at Daboll.
Look at Daboll.
Flipping over. And Mangini and Belichick with the brief exchange. It's midfield. The Jets were in Cleveland. Rob Ryan and Rex Ryan together. Eric Mangini used to coach the Jets. Rex Ryan took over after Mangini was fired. The Browns coming off a big win over the Patriots and the Saints. And look who's running downhill again.
This is the new beast in the league. Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis.
Knockoff Zonka.
Well, he fumbled early and then made up for it, scoring on the Jets defense as the Browns did early and often. It's 13-10 Browns right before the half when Mark Sanchez makes a nifty move to move the Jets in front right at halftime, and then they opened up the second half with a monster 19-play, 10-minute drive that they had to settle a field goal for at the end of it, and then Nick Folk folks it right off of the
I like that. I like
upright.
that. I like that.
And that was his second miss of the game. Mangini breathes a sigh of relief. The Jets are still only up by 4. I don't know if it's not the equipment.
Blame the shoes.
Might be operator error. 2013, the Jets are up after Folk does kick a field goal later on with a minute and a half to go.
You gotta love this young
Colt McCoy leads the Browns down the field in a must-have 2-minute drill capped off by a Muhammad Massaquoi touchdown with 44 ticks to go.
Nice pick route.
I love this team. This Browns team is fighting out, beating good teams every week.
And for the second straight week, the Jets on the road in overtime. They won the toss last week and won it in Detroit right away. This time they win the toss, and the Browns get the ball, only to have Chancey Stuckey put the ball on the ground just as they were nearing field goal range. And what a crushing turnover. He doesn't step out of bounds. And
Probably wish he would have.
Drew Coleman is the one who strips it away, the much maligned Drew Coleman, and Antonio Cromartie recovers it. So the Jets get the ball back. And what do they do with it? They move it down the field. 3rd and 9. Sanchez
Three-man rush.
buying time not only once but twice. Chancey Stuckey fumbled the ball, and look who makes up for the Jericho Cotchery for the Jets over the middle.
He blows a tire. Groin. He's blew a tire. Keep playing. Oh, beautiful
I
kick.
like that.
What a play.
That's determination.
And set up Nick Folk for the winner, and he folks it right. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Keep playing. Keep playing.
They have to. Browns would punt. Another chance for the Jets. 3rd and 14 from their own 46. Sanchez with a minute 44 to go. This worked in Denver to throw it up and hope for the best. This time, Joe Hayden picks it off, and that's a crucial interception, not because it stops the Jet drive, but it sets up the Browns deep in their own end instead of batting it down and perhaps getting better field position. So the Jets get the Browns to go 3 and out, and this happens with 16 ticks to go. Santonio Holmes back in Ohio with a big walk-off win for the Jets, shocking Rob Ryan and the game Cleveland Browns. It is the first time a team has ever won back-to-back overtime games on the road in consecutive weeks in NFL history. And in so doing, Santonio Holmes posts the 3rd latest walk-off touchdown in the history of regular season overtime. Jason LaConfora with the hero after.
Santonio, walk me through that last play. It was all a big blur from where I was standing.
Oh, man. Things happen so fast, man. When Mark threw that ball, he told me, just stick with him on the sideline, and we'll make something happen. I told him, just believe in me. You know, when it comes down to these situations, this is when big-time players step up and make big plays in games. And I told him, just give me the ball. Whenever you give it to me, he gave me the right signal. We ran the right play, and those guys, they messed up. They gave me a chance.
In second. So the Del Rio was putting that on the line.
I'm sitting by the mooch, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, you are. David Garrard, fresh off the Hail Mary. Colt McCoy has been touched by an angel, it seems, as well, so far in his brief NFL career. And here he is capping off a 16-play drive by extending the play for Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, there's some moxie in the pocket here. He doesn't want to go down. He wants to scramble out, make a play.
Took nearly 10 minutes off the clock, and then the Jaguars were shooting themselves in the foot so much they ran out of bullets. T.J. Ward picks off Garrard. Joe Hayden picks off Garrard.
Hayden's balling, man. That little kid's going to be a player.
T.J. Ward picks off Garrard. Garrard had 4 of the team's 6 turnovers, but only 10 points off of 5 of those turnovers.
That'll drop him right down that list, Rich.
The Del Rio could be behind the boot. Yep. 4th quarter, Jaguars, because the Browns couldn't turn them all into points. Down just 3 with 2.5 minutes to go, and look who's running through another Cleveland defense. Pocket Hercules down to the wall.
If he would have been 5'7", he would have made it.
Down to the 1 after the 2-minute warning. Jones-Drew pops it in, even though he came on my podcast and promised to do a touchdown dance that we worked out and got in the end zone. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He was gassed. He was gassed from that long run.
He told me you're too needy.
Last chance. Maybe so. Last chance for the Browns. It's picked off by Sean Considine, and that's the way the Jaguars hold on. Down. Rub things in, but I can't believe Peyton Hillis is acquired for a third-string quarterback.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
They threw him into that trade. He's a beast.
No, it's a man.
It's Zonka.
Treasure. It's unbelievable. He's got 13 total touchdowns this season. He had 3 against Carolina today, but Carolina, despite the Hillis parade, was down by just 1 with 30 ticks to go. And would you believe another player running through the Cleveland secondary, virtually untouched, with mere seconds to go in the game? It's Mike Goodson with a 32-yard gain. And then 2 plays later, Clausen, with 10 ticks to go, finds Brandon LaFell rolling out of bounds to stop the clock. With no timeouts, Carolina watched this happen.
This team is still fighting for John
to set up John Casey for the win, to give Jimmy Clausen his first win as a starting quarterback after trying all season long. And Casey Noonan.
Doink.
That happens to bad teams.
That's the way the Browns escaped.
That was good. Big for that. Grow up.
Good for them. Let's go to Miami. Chad Henne and the Dolphins coming off of a big win in Oakland last week to give new life to their season. Dan Carpenter against the Browns, down 3. Carpenter from 60 yards away. He got it.
60 yards.
That's the longest field goal in team history.
Made it by an inch.
Tied the game at halftime at 3s. Third quarter. The Browns have the ball, and their quarterback is named Jake Delhomme. And he finds Muhammad Massaquoi. 37-yard gain right around midfield.
Put it up there. Let him make a play.
4 plays later, it's Delhomme.
Make a play.
To Ben Watson.
Somebody's going to make a play.
Hey, we got a touchdown.
Jake's hot.
10-3.
Jake's hot. Haven't heard that.
Fourth quarter. Chad Henne needs to make a play. Steps up, puts him down, picks him up, does slide. First down to the Browns 34, 11th play of the drive, 6 plays later. Henne to Anthony Fasano. Touchdown, and the Dolphins tied at 10 late in the fourth quarter. Sperano's fired up.
Love to see a coach show emotion.
Henne with a minute to go at his own end. What a bad luck right there. Well, it hit David Bowens, and it's tipped right to Mike Adams. And with less than a minute to go, it's now a bunny of a field goal for Phil Dawson. I guess if Miami ruined Cleveland's NBA season, Cleveland can effectively end Miami's NFL season.
That was good, Rich. That was good.
This is bigger than LeBron.
What was that? Amish rifle.
Well, no, that's going to stick.
No, certainly he keeps the beard.
That's not up there with Pocket Hercules.
Well, we are all witness to a big moment for him with a touchdown pass to David Nelson. That's 14 straight games with a touchdown pass.
Amazing.
Second only to Jim Kelly's franchise.
Smart man.
Good job.
Fourth quarter, the Browns are down 13-6. Jake Delhomme is all they got. Although, I don't know, Seneca Wallace is there and healthy. But they're going with Jake.
AFC North game in Cincinnati. Browns and the Bengals. Colt McCoy back in the starting lineup after missing the last 3 games with an ankle injury. First quarter opening possession of the game. Colt McCoy going to work, skying for the catch. Benjamin Watson a gain of 18 to the 43. 2 plays later, Colt McCoy rolling out in the play action, avoids the rush, and he will throw it down to Brian Robisky, who hauls it in and picks up 17 yards to the Bengals. 38. Couple plays later, Colt McCoy lining up in the shotgun, weird formation, and the Bengals don't know what to do. That's Robert Royal with the touchdown grab. He had just 3 catches entering the game on the season, gets the touchdown. Browns go up 7-0. They only had 3 guys at the line of scrimmage. They faked out the Bengals defense for the touchdown. The 6th play, 75-yard drive lasted just under 3 minutes. Bengals on the ensuing possession. Carson Palmer throws incomplete for Cedric Benson, but Terrell Owens would go down on the play hurt. He left the game coming up limping with a knee injury. He did not have a catch in the game. Still in the first quarter, same score, Bengals with the ball, and that is a completion to Jerome Simpson near the sideline, a gain of 15 to their 37, and that drive would continue on to the second quarter. The pitch out to Cedric Benson, pushing guys out of his way, fighting for a first down, a gain of 12 to the Browns 24. A couple plays later, Cedric Benson give the ball to him again on 2nd and 4, finds a hole, hits the sideline, walking into the end zone, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Ties up the game at 7. They would go into halftime with the Bengals up 10-7. On to the fourth, Bengals with the ball up 16-10. And off the play action, nice play fake in the toss to Andre Caldwell, breaking all the way downfield. Could he go all the way, pushed out of bounds? But he gained 53 on the play, set up a field goal from 20 yards out. Bengals go up by 2 scores, 19-10. So Cleveland needs 2 scores in the final 3 minutes to come back. And with plays like that from Benjamin Watson, maybe they could do it. A 24-yard gain to the 46. Then right after that, skying for the grab, Brian Robisky takes it in from 46 yards out. Browns down 19-17. They went for the onside kick, did not get it. Bengals with a huge 3rd and 3 going for the first down. Browns only had 1 timeout left. Cedric Benson converts. He had a season-high 150 yards. Bengals win it 19-17. Ravens at the Browns. Baltimore has won 5 straight against Cleveland. Joe Flacco undefeated against them in his career. First quarter, second Browns possession with the Wildcat. Hayden Hillis hands off to Mohamed Massaquoi. The bomb to the end zone. Brian Robisky is there for the touchdown grab. Ruled a touchdown on the field, but John Harbaugh would challenge the play, thinking that Robisky did not catch it, that maybe the ball bounced on the ground. He had the clean catch, ruled a touchdown. Browns lead it 7-0. That's the second straight game with a touchdown catch for Robisky. They're up 7-3. Next possession for them, Colt McCoy hits Mohamed Massaquoi, but he loses the ball. Jameel McClain recovers it for the Baltimore Ravens. They get a big-time break, and on their ensuing possession, a 3rd and 5 at the 15, Joe Flacco back to pass, end zone. TJ Houshmandzadeh in double coverage makes the grab. Ravens go up 10-7. They were leading 13-10 at the half. Browns trying an onside kick coming out of the third quarter, but the ball did not go far enough. Phil Dawson's kick only went 8 yards. So the Ravens get fantastic field position at the 38. Oh, and you know Joe Flacco would make them pay. Avoiding all kinds of trouble, rolling to his right. He will pull it and run. And he is going for a first down. A gain of 13 by Joe Flacco. A nice heads-up play to avoid the rush. And then right after that, the very next play action fake. Flacco, plenty of time. End zone to the corner. Derek Mason there for the touchdown grab. Ravens go up 20-10. Mason has 7 touchdown catches on the season. 6 of them have come since their Week 8 bye. Colt McCoy, just a rough game for him. Intercepted for the 3rd time in the game. The second pick by Ed Reed in the game. He has 10 career picks against Cleveland. Looking for the lateral. Baltimore recovers. They sit on the ball, go on for a 20-10 win, and they secured a spot in the playoffs. Browns with their 9th double-digit losing season since '99. Steelers looking to clinch the number 2 spot in the playoffs. Colt McCoy making his 8th career start, and Troy Polamalu is back for Pittsburgh. Good news after missing the last 2 games. Made his presence felt early in the game. Colt McCoy pass intended for Ben Watson. And how did Troy Polamalu make that interception? His 7th of the season. He just has a nose for the ball. Makes the diving grab. Great field position for Pittsburgh, because on the very next play, Ben Roethlisberger goes deep for Mike Wallace on the post, and he is there. Burned the Cleveland Browns secondary. His longest catch of the season, a 56-yard score. Wallace's 10th touchdown. Steelers up 7-0, and they just kept it rolling right after that on the slant route. Mike Wallace again, just too hot to handle for Cleveland. Broke it 41 yards all the way down to the 12. Led to a 1-yard touchdown run by Rashard Mendenhall. Steelers go up 14-0. Wallace went over the century mark, 105 yards on 3 catches. Roethlisberger with a dump off to Rashard Mendenhall out of the backfield. He picks up 24 yards. Mendenhall, right after that, another 1-yard touchdown run to cap off that drive. Steelers went up 21-3 Mendenhall, 13 rushing touchdowns on the season. But the rough day continued for Colt McCoy, that time intercepted by Ryan Clark. Another diving interception for the Pittsburgh Steelers, tripped up after a 23-yard return at the 24. Colt McCoy breaking his helmet in disgust. He had 3 interceptions in the first half, his second straight game with 3 picks. And then Roethlisberger made him pay once again. His second touchdown pass of the game, that to Heath Miller. Steelers up big, 31-3 at the half, and it only continued from there. Ben Roethlisberger finding Heath Miller, and the Steelers were just muscling the Browns around all over the field, pushing them around. Heath Miller, 55 yards on 4 catches and the touchdown. Then 10 plays later, a first and goal at the 3. How about a trick play? Antoine Randall L off the pitch, and he finds Hines Ward for the touchdown. Randall L, only 2 passes on the season. Both went for touchdowns. Steelers clinch a first-round bye and the 2 seed in the playoffs. Browns lose 4 straight to end the year. They finish 5-11.